There are 4 types of bad boundary setters, and we all live in them at least a little bit. And if we don't change that, they're going to make us unhappy and hurt the people around us. Now, there's one that we always think of when it comes to bad boundaries, but there's 3 other types of boundary setters that you may not have thought of much. And in this video, we're going to show you how to know which of those 4 you are and then how to change that. My name's Tyler Klein. I run a mental health practice called Archangel Catholic, and I want to make sure you've got the mental health skills and tips so you can live a full life and become a saint the way the church and Christ has asked you to be. The compliant is the first of the bad boundary setting identities, and this is the one we think of most with bad boundaries, at least. It's the person who can't say no. So if you are somebody who struggles to say no, you're always smoothing things over to avoid conflicts, you say yes to everybody else and their needs, you might be the compliant. And this is a big problem because when you're compliant at all times, you start to lose your boundaries and you blend in and get controlled by everything else. You lose self-respect and people lose respect for you because without those boundaries, you don't know who you are. You lose your self-respect and other people don't know what to think of you or how to understand you. You don't know how to understand yourself. So being compliant is very, very detrimental. And it is the opposite of our next bad boundary setter. The controller is the second bad boundary setter. This is somebody who cannot hear no. Somebody who is willing to take claim on other people's territory in their lives for their own sake. So you might be a controller if you don't listen to other people and they say they don't want something. Or you make really, really big asks knowing that it's too much. Or you bull people over for the things you need. And this isn't just about being a bully. This is out of a place of insecurity and fear. You're trying to stake claim, you're trying to expand your world to have control and to have more based off something you feel like you're lacking. So you might be the controller if this is the behavior you take. And this is such a problem because it erodes the boundaries of other people. You push past their boundaries, you erode them in your mind, so then they struggle to see them and you struggle to respect them. And that is very detrimental to a lot of people. Now the next personality, the next boundary setting identity is the beginning of the ones that we don't think about much. This is one that you probably haven't thought much about. The non-responsive. Now this is one that you're not always aware you're doing or other people are doing. And this is when you can't say yes. So the non-responsive person might be you if you put up boundaries to stop yourself from saying yes to people, to alienate yourself, to seclude yourself. The idea is people may ask things of you and you're going to erect these sturdy boundaries, whether they're reasonable or not, so you don't have to say yes to those needs. It's your inability to let people in and connect with them so you can support them and help them. Now, this is such a problem because you have a responsibility to other people. Not completely, of course, but you have a responsibility to love them and do what you can out of your own sense of worth and value and love. This is the gospel truth about how we're supposed to interact with people. And if you cannot do that because you scorn connection, you cut people out, and you just put up these walls so you never have to let them in, then you're the non-responsive. And that can be very, very dangerous. And it's the opposite of the next personality. The avoidant is somebody who can't hear yes. You might be the avoidant type if you're self-reliant to a fault, that you refuse to go and ask for help and accept the help of others. You erect barriers and boundaries to keep you from connecting with others and allowing you to go there and ask for the help you need. Now, this is a major problem because people also have a responsibility to you. They're also trying to live out the gospel call to love us and love each other and to love who you are. And if you refuse to allow them to live that out, you're going to be robbed of that charity and they're not going to have the chance to see that through. It's a boundary that should not be there. It's a boundary that doesn't have the proper understanding of when it should be in place or not. Now, let's talk about the 3 questions you need to ask to know which one of these you are. They're simple, and after that, you're going to know which one of these you encapsulate the most and where you need to work on things. These 3 questions are simple to answer and will help you understand which of the identities you have. So number 1 is when people ask for help, what's your first instinct? Number 2 is when you have to handle conflict or say no to somebody, what do you usually do? And number 3 is what is the biggest relationship problem in your relationships? Don't overthink it. answer with your gut, and then look and say which of the 4 identities and bad boundary setters am I showing up as? Am I the compliant? I can't say no. Am I the controller? I can't hear no. Am I the non-responsive? I can't say yes. Or am I the avoidant and I can't hear yes? Look and see what the pattern is, and you're going to see how you're showing up with consistency. And then you can look and say how I need to work things out and how I need to improve. Now, small sets of negative emotions sometimes stop us in our tracks as we try to work through these bigger things. I'm going to put a card in the corner for a video we made about how to handle them. It's a really quick, simple trick you can use every time you've got negative emotions hit to control them and move on so you can make some real progress in your life. At Archangel Catholic, we believe that you have the right to good mental health care, and you have the right to have a good mental health space so that you can pursue sainthood and holiness like you were asked to. So please, if you need some support, find a good Catholic therapist in your area or reach out to us at archangelcatholic.com. Please like and subscribe for more mental health content, and we'll see you later.